Thanks so much for joining us for your news at 7. I'm Greg Adeline. Election officials across the Midlands are preparing for the South Carolina primaries. Our Jalen Tart checked in with county offices across the Midlands to find out what's being done to make sure that everything runs smoothly on Election Day.
Early today, I spoke to 3 election directors across the Midlands who say that they are excited for the South Carolina primaries. They also tell me that it will be an all-hands-on-deck effort. Aurora Smalls and her staff are in the midst of preparing for one of the most highly contested primaries in Orangeburg. They are marking off the final checklist for 53 precincts across the county. I asked Smalls how confident voters should feel their vote will count when they cast their ballot.
This is the ballot marking device, and with this device, the voter will stick their ballot inside and they will mark their ballots. If for some reason the ballot marking device is not working, we have big paper ballots, which are provisional or emergency ballots, that a voter can also use to cast their ballot. And then once they have made their selections on the ballot marking device, then they will go over to the scanner.
Smalls would later explain that after the ballot is cast, voters will go to a scanner to count the ballot. If the scanner does not work, voters can put the ballot in a bin underneath the scanner. Those votes will be counted later Tuesday evening. I spoke to Richland and Lexington counties polling directors on their preparations for the primaries, and they tell me that their voting machines are ready to go and were tested in the last 30 days. John Catalano, who works for the South Carolina Elections Commission, says approximately 120,000 registered voters voted during the early voting period. He says that some locations could have long lines on Tuesday.
Voters can expect probably some lines at their polling place in the beginning of the day. That's traditionally the busiest time to vote. But overall turnout, we're not expecting it to be extremely high because it's a primary, so turnout typically does tend to be on the lower side.
I asked East County about staffing of poll workers for Tuesday, and Orangeburg and Richland County are at a minimum staffing. Officials there will hope to have some additional workers to accommodate any last-minute call-outs. Lexington County tells me that they are fully staffed for Tuesday's primary. Reporting in the newsroom, Jalen Tart, WIS News 10.
And of course, Election Day is tomorrow. Polls will be open from 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening.